Imagine drifting alone through the cold void of space for 2 millennia. Trapped inside a rusted tomb of a ship, your body decayed to nothing but bones. Yet a faint, pulsing light keeps your consciousness tethered to the universe. For 2,000 years, she existed like this, neither fully alive nor truly dead, until the silent darkness of space was shattered by an alien salvage crew. What happens when a long-lost human from a forgotten civilization suddenly awakens, a revenant of flesh and machine, to find the galaxy she once knew has vanished forever? If this story already has your curiosity buzzing, hit that like button. It really helps the channel. Don't forget to subscribe for more epic sci-fi stories that explore the edges of humanity, time, and space. And if you know someone who would marvel at a tale of survival across millennia, share this video with them. They'll thank you when the mysteries unfold. Trust me, you don't want to miss what happens next. The silence of space is absolute. And for Captain Lyra, it had been unbroken for 2,000 years. Her ship, once a gleaming vessel of Terran exploration, had become a tomb. Rust streaked across its hull like frozen tears. Micrometeorite pocks scarred every surface, and inside, metal groaned under centuries of neglect. Time had gnawed at everything, wires twisted into chaotic webs. Glass shattered, and the cryogenic pods that once held her crew were nothing more than hollow husks. Yet, in the darkness, a faint pulse stirred. Her pod, cracked and corroded, had failed centuries ago. Life support long dead. Her flesh had sloughed away, organs shriveled, bone exposed, and still, the shard embedded in her chest pulsed. Blue light flickered, translating thought into electrical whispers, keeping her consciousness tethered to a world that had moved on without her. Then movement. A vibration through the hull, subtle at first, then insistent, something alive. Artificial light spilled through the broken viewport. Lyra's eye, or what remained of it, glimmered. Her skeletal hand twitched. She was not meant to awaken, yet something outside the ship was about to change everything. For the first time in 2 millennia, the frozen silence cracked, and the last Terran drew a ragged breath of a universe that had almost forgotten her. The salvage crew moved cautiously, their forms humanoid yet alien slender, with chin plates glinting under dim lights and mandibles twitching with curiosity and unease. They had never seen a Terran before, and certainly never expected one to be. Alive, the shattered pod creaked as Lyra's skeletal hand brushed against the broken glass, her ruined body twitching with the shard's faint pulse. "She's been dead for millennia," one chirped in a strange, clicking language. But the shard had other plans. Blue light flickered, and her thoughts, memories of a lost humanity, translated into faint electrical signals. The aliens froze, their eyes wide as her consciousness seeped into the sensors, defying every expectation. She was no corpse. Not fully. Not yet. For the first time in 2,000 years, Lyra's mind expanded beyond the tomb she had called home. She remembered the mission, her crew, the attack that left her drifting in silence. She remembered Terran, her people, her civilization, vanished from the galaxy, leaving only whispers and alien records. And the aliens? They recoiled in shock. One reached for a weapon, but hesitation held their hands frozen. The shard pulsed stronger, connecting Lyra to the world outside, giving her a voice where her throat could no longer form words. She was alive, and they would never forget it. Lyra's awareness grew with every pulse of the shard. It was no ordinary device. Discovered on a distant moon centuries before her mission, it had been called the Eternity Core's a gift, or perhaps a curse, left behind by a civilization far beyond Terran understanding. Its purpose: preserve consciousness, tether the mind when the body failed, and now to reveal secrets long buried. As her skeletal fingers brushed against the shard, a surge of energy coursed through her decayed form. Tissue knit itself, bone reinforced with luminous strands, and for the first time in millennia, movement felt natural not grotesque. Her mind raced with knowledge she had never possessed before. The shard did more than heal. It connected, recorded, and translated. She learned of the galaxy she had missed. The rise of the Carzal Dominion, empires that had rewritten history, erasing the Terran presence. Humanity had become myth, a cautionary tale whispered among alien civilizations. And yet, through the shard, she understood how to fight, how to harness its power beyond mere survival. This tiny blue artifact was her lifeline, her weapon, and the key to resurrecting Terran memory. For the first time, Lyra realized she wasn't just alive. She was the last Terran, armed with a shard that could rewrite the galaxy itself. Lyra's newly restored strength surged through her as the shard pulsed in rhythm with her intent. The Carzal Dominion's corridors, once alien and intimidating, now felt like a stage for her vengeance. She had endured 2,000 years of decay and silence, not to become another specimen in their laboratories. With a thought, the shard flared, energy rippling outward. Alien soldiers froze mid-step as circuits fried, weapons sparked, and the first wave of her liberation swept through the halls. She moved with unnatural speed, her skeletal frame reinforced by the shard's luminous energy. Every strike carried the weight of millennia pain, loss, and the memory of a vanished humanity. The emissary, towering in metallic robes, confronted her, his molten gold eyes burning with fury. "You are nothing but a corpse, clinging to stolen power," he bellowed. Lyra's reply was silent, but absolute. The shard amplified her thoughts into a piercing electrical echo. "Fear the corpse who remembers." Tendrils of blue energy lanced through the air, disintegrating armor, toppling soldiers, and hurling bodies aside. The palace trembled under the surge of power. Lyra's decayed body burned with a light both terrifying and beautiful, a revenant of flesh and machine reclaiming justice for a lost species. The dust settled over the Dominion's palace, smoke curling into alien skies. Citizens and slaves alike stared in awe as Lyra, half decayed, half luminous, moved among the ruins. She was a ghost and a warrior, the last echo of a species long erased. The emissary lay defeated, his range shattered, yet her body reminded her mortality decay could not be fully undone. At the heart of the palace, Lyra found the Dominion's archives. She placed her hand on the terminal, letting the shard interface. History surged through her mind. Images, names, records of Terran explorers, dreamers, and builders. Humanity's story, thought lost forever, now burned across the Dominion's communication networks. For the first time in 1,000 years, Terran voices echoed among the stars. Rebellion sparked in distant systems, hope for a future never imagined. And Lyra? She watched as her body crumbled, a revenant returning to dust, yet leaving a legacy immortal. Her final act was not vengeance, it was remembrance. Humanity, though vanished, would live on in memory and story, carried on by those who saw the blue pulse of the shard and dared to believe again. The universe had witnessed the last Terran rise, fight, and leave a mark no empire could erase. Sometimes, survival is not just about living, it's about making sure the world remembers who you were, even if the body fades.